sometimes I do believe that Hollywood goes out of its way to make movies that won't make any money. I truly believe that, because who in their right mind would greenlight a movie like Charlie's Angels? Who in their right mind would greenlight a movie like Terminator Dark Fate? Those movies were going to fail, and I think Hollywood knows they were going to fail. But yet, they still made those movies. Why? Because it's about pushing an agenda, whether it be sexuality, whether it be, female representation, that kind of thing. Studios, they put out movies to make money, first and foremost. They know that every movie is not going to be a hit. And I think the movies that they think won't be a hit, they're going to go out and they're going to push an agenda in those movies. And the movies that don't have that agenda, that actually make money, they're going to use that and say, all right, we're looking at the books and we did overall good for the year. That may not be the case with every single company, but you get my drift here. So now enter the New Mutants, which is an X-Men spinoff movie. And it seems like this movie was made like 5 years ago, it seems. And it still hasn't come out yet, but it's coming out this year. And based on that first trailer that they put out, seems like forever ago, it didn't look good. It didn't look like a movie I would enjoy watching. I have no desire to watch this movie. And now we find out that this movie is really about a love story for the alphabet community. Josh Boone, who is directing the movie, came out and said it. This is about a love story between two of the female characters in the movie. Now, why are we actually finding out about this now? We haven't really found out anything about this movie. Nothing. And yet, they made an effort to actually let us know about this particular part of it. I guess Hollywood doesn't learn, And the problem is, if they're going to focus on a lesbian love story in this movie, this movie is not going to play well in China, Russia, places like that. They're going to have to seriously edit the movie to get those movies to actually play in those countries. So here's my problem with Hollywood, and I always have this problem with them. Here in the US, if we don't want to watch this on screen, you know what they're going to call us? They're going to call us, homophobic in this case. But when it comes to China and Russia, they will bend the knee and they will edit the movie. Because you know why? It's all about them dollars. Those foreign dollars, those are huge to Hollywood. China, it is huge. They want the money from China. And so they will basically bend the knee to China to make that happen. So maybe when they made this movie, they kind of edited it and danced around it a little bit. And they already planned for that. I'm pretty sure something like this, you definitely have to plan for it, because going in that China is not going to play this game. If you put any type of LGBT representation on screen, they're going to cut it out the movie. Same way with Russia. So Hollywood is a bunch of hypocrites. They are. But this is the actual word about New Mutants. It says, word may have leaked early, but Boone confirms that the story he penned with screenwriter Nancy Lee features a same-sex love story between Rain Sinclair, who is played by Game of Thrones Macy Williams, and Danielle Moonstar, another Life's Blue Hunt. It's sort of the spine and focus of some of the character-driven stuff in the film, the movie maker says. The New Mutants, inspired by the 80s Demon Bear comic book arc from writer Chris Claremont and artist Bill Sienkiewicz, I can't pronounce his name, sorry, sees a group of mutants held at a secret facility against their will because, as the mysterious Dr. Reyes says, young mutants without full control of their powers can be quite dangerous. It's here that Danny, Rain, and fellow inmates Iana, Sam, and Bobby face terrifying visions that force them to confront the demons of their past and one ferocious demon bear. It's also where Danny and Rain form a bond, which Williams notes is a real extension of what is touched on in the comics. Now, if you read the comic books, I'm pretty sure that it wasn't a lesbian relationship, considering this comic line came out in the 1980s. Macy Williams says it was a real extension. So basically, Danny and Rain, they have this bond. But because this is Hollywood in 2020 or 2018, whenever they made this movie, like I said, it seems like it's been forever. They need to extend that. And we've seen this quite a bit with, Marvel. The Marvel Eternals is coming out too. 1 Million Moms is pushing for a boycott of that. Or it's Onward. Both, same thing, really. Same thing. And you know that both of those movies are going to have to edit heavily to be put into the China market, the Russian market. So Rain and Danny have a telepathic connection in the comics, and so we just wanted to extend that in the film and put that within reality, she explains. If they really could understand each other on that level, then you probably end up falling in love with that person. That doesn't make any sense. Just because you have some kind of telepathic connection doesn't mean that you're going to fall in love with this person. I mean, Macy Williams, I like you. You're Arya Stark, one of my favorite characters, but this is ridiculous what you said. Just because they have a telepathic connection doesn't necessarily mean you're going to fall in love with somebody. So if we were to take it into reality here, everyone has their best friends. Me and my boys, we grew up, we have a connection. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're in love with each other. No, that's just my boys because we have that connection. We grew up like that. So this is all a part of the Hollywood agenda. This is what they want to do. And they know that this movie probably is going to fail. But if the movie's going to fail, they're probably thinking, all right, let's make sure we get it out there that this movie has representation in the form of, LGBT issues. That way, when this movie fails, we can actually blame people and say that they don't want to see alphabet community stuff on screen. That's the way Hollywood is going to dance around the failure of the movie when it comes out. So if you thought that X-Men Dark Phoenix failed, Charlie's Angels failed, this will probably be in the same boat, if you ask me. They put out this stuff about the movie. They don't really tell you much about anything else, but even the title of the article I'm looking at focuses on the same-sex love story arc, because that's what they want to be the talking points of this movie. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? The New Mutants. Are you actually going to go and see the New Mutants when it comes out? I'm not going to go see it. It didn't look good to me at all. And just by them saying it's going to have a same-sex love story, that doesn't do anything for me either. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.